The human cattle is an environmental issue such as plastic and carbon monoxide, and oil slicks choking seabirds. Only worse because the human cattle is a kind of environmental hazard constantly breeding more of itself. It pollutes not only the air or the sea, but the very idea of existence. The nations and their nuclear bombs are proof of that the human cattle are the most threatening of our environmental problems. Instead of "Save the world!" our environmentalists should be shouting, "Kill the generals!" Instead of "Stop climate change!" it should be screaming, "Stop being a whore!" Because the slave master may give the order, but it's the good whore who always pushes the buttons. Maybe leaders are the scapegoat to take the blame while all self-hate and festering violence inside the good citizen is released while it bursts out like sewage from a cracked pipe. War just reveals that all good whores are potential murderers. Most don't do it because they don't have enough confidence that they will get away with it, which means lowering down the self-esteem of a given population may prevent murders. Raise their self-esteem with flags and anthems, and they will kill with joy. War only reveals what was already there. Every good citizen is a potential murderer. Don't believe me? Look at history. Look at the photographs. Look at a clean-shaved neighbor who, with just a little uniform and a little permission, became a guard at the camp, a soldier in the slaughter. Maybe that's what the puppeteer wants, to find the exact pressure point, squeezing the agony of slavery until the good horse snaps and becomes a murder machine. But at least now, homeless and alone, the reader may notice that I can joyfully say that the average Joe is an environmental problem, and it feels so good to say it. What you gonna do? Outcast me? Exile me? Arrest me? Is misanthropy already a crime? Will you call me arrogant, spiteful, bitter, and give me a side eye? But you already give me a side eye. You hate the common people. You hate the human race. But what an assumption to think the good citizen was ever a good example of the human race. That's gaslighting. It's the common people who are against the human race. Yesterday, I passed a guy in the street wearing a t-shirt that said, "Better be happy than be right." But the real question is, could you ever be right, even if you try your hardest? To be happy is a very ambitious thing. Have you ever deeply wondered what is required to be happy and what it really is? Maybe you should lower your standards. Instead of this "better to be happy than be right" type shit, you should write in your t-shirt, "I hope I stop hurting someday." How do you know the idea of happiness you carry is the right one? What if your idea of happiness is totally wrong? Better be happy than be right. Have you ever tasted like I'm tasting right now? This feeling of being right about you being a whore, for example. Better to be happy than be right. It's the same as saying, better to be wrong than to be unhappy, right? You don't care if you're wrong as long as you can still smile. You're right and miserable, I'm wrong and happy, says the good citizen wearing a plastic smile of denial. How could ever a person like me be happy while walking so lonely among a bunch of people like you, living such meaningless lives? I wish I was wearing a t-shirt as well, written, "How can I be surrounded by idiots and still be happy? Better to be happy than to be right." By the way, why must it be an exclusive choice? Why few know everything to happy or right, as if it's impossible to have both? Better to be happy than be right. The phrase basically means better to numb yourself to the real world with some fantasy you call happiness to soften your steady march to death. Like someone who takes pills while traveling to arrive faster in their destination. This way, the entire world marches forward by the hands of the puppeteer. Who's the puppeteer? Well, it's basic reasoning that if people clearly are not in control of themselves, then something is, right? What? Is not scientific. It's fantastic realism, mythology. I'm being rational. Who says so? Why are you selling me your master's beliefs and opinions? What? My masters are the right ones, says the average Joe that think it's better to be happy than to be right. To be wrong and correct yourself is a thing, but to resign because you want to be a good whore, better to be happy than to be right, which means better to be wrong than right, better to live without meaning than with meaning, better to numb myself. And that's exactly what the guy in the t-shirt does. Drinks too much, harasses women, laughs too loud with his fake friends, numbs himself with beer and lies and slogans. Because if he's not right, he's wrong. And if he's wrong, he lives a happy life. And lies aren't real. To tell a lie is to speak what doesn't exist. Not real means not existing. And I conclude you inside the t-shirt does not exist. I truly feel you may as well not exist together with your lie. Better to not exist and be happy is what your aborted soul is crying about. But who told you you could ever exist? Why you think it was a choice for you from the beginning? You sold yourself piece by piece until nothing was left, and now you are nothing. And that's my opinion. How can you ever imagine the comfort of being right about you being a whore and me not? How can you ever know the taste that lives in my mouth saying it? You are a whore. An actual mistress was never a whore. You good citizen, you are the only whore.